This program is sponsored by Newcastle County Government.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Chef Dana Show. I'm so excited to be cooking here with you all today. I got a treat for you. Now everybody knows me for having my world famous bakery, Desserts by Dana. So I could not let this opportunity go by for the holidays without baking with you guys. So today I'm gonna do two recipes with you. I'm gonna do the gingerbread poke cake, and I'm gonna do another cool one that even your kids are gonna be able to do, which is the apple strip. So when we come back, we're gonna do the gingerbread poke cake and we're gonna do the apple strip on this holiday episode of the Chef Dana Cooking Show.
When you need fast and intense heat, GE's Power Boil element delivers impressive power. Plus, this single element has built-in flexibility to accommodate different pan sizes to ensure just the right heat coverage.
Don't you want to love the rooms you spend the most time in? Whether it be the kitchen, bathroom, or your home office, Bath Kitchen and Tile is here to help with your remodeling needs. We offer a complete, unique array of ever-changing complete room displays. We also feature the best quality products made by top-of-the-line manufacturers you know and love. We are the only remodeling and design company you will ever need. Give us a call at 1-800-673-3179 or stop by one of our showrooms today.
Control your cooktop the way you want with an easy swipe of your finger, thanks to GE's Glide Touch controls. This state-of-the-art technology gives you precise temperature control, so you get the exact heat your cooking requires.
Now you can enjoy the unexpected convenience of Keurig at your refrigerator. The Keurig K-Cup brewing system lets you brew your favorite single-serve beverages from the refrigerator dispenser. Just grab the brewer and open the top. Insert your favorite Keurig K-Cup pod and slide the brewer into the dispenser. Heat the water, then once the water has finished heating, select your size and push the Brew Dispense button for 3 seconds. It's quick and easy, so you can get back to enjoying your day.
I'm celebrity chef Dana Herbert, winner of TLC's Next Great Baker, the Rachel Ray Bake Off, and a host of other competitions. I'm gonna show you my tips, my tricks, my secrets of how you can be a pro chef right in your own kitchen. We're gonna go from the sweet all the way to the savory, from a simple cupcake to an amazing filet mignon. So take a ride with me as we go to my bakery and into my kitchen, and I'm gonna show you how I put the love in the pan on the Chef Dana experience.
Take dry dishes to a whole new level with Twin Turbo Dry Boost. It works by using a 1200 watt heating element to heat water during the final rinse cycle. Then 2 fans and an additional 400 watt heater work together to create a swirl of hot air that heats up dishware and removes water droplets. The result? Glasses, plasticware, and silverware that can skip the towel dry and go straight from the dishwasher to the dinner table. Check in without checking out. Thanks to an in-oven camera that allows you to check the progress of your food remotely. Connect your oven to the Smart HQ app, then monitor your meal in real time, so you can spend less time in the kitchen and more time on what matters.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Chef Dana. Welcome to the Chef Dana Cooking Show, and we're gonna dive right into these desserts. I love desserts. Everybody knows me from my bakery, Desserts by Dana in Newark, Delaware. I'm gonna show you how to do this gingerbread poke cake and this apple strip. So let's jump right in it. I got some dry ingredients here. I got my flour, I have my cinnamon, I have a touch of salt. Of course, I have some ginger. You can't have gingerbread without the ginger, right? And then I have some wet ingredients. I have 2 eggs, I have some molasses, I have sugar, and a little bit of oil. So we're going to start off by taking our dry ingredients and we're going to mix them together. So I'm going to put my flour right into this bowl. I'm going to add my cinnamon to that, right? I mean, gingerbread is known for having spices. We're going to add some salt. Normally, a major mistake that a lot of people make with baking is that they don't put the salt in there. Got to have the salt. The salt increases the flavor. I mean, when you think about making bread, what's one of the main things that are in there? Got to have some salt, right? Because bread is so lean, you only have flour, water, yeast, a couple other things. So you need the salt to enhance the flavor. And then, of course, for our gingerbread, we're going to need to add some ginger. So we're just going to mix this all together. And the reason we mix it together is we want to make sure that all the ingredients are evenly dispersed in our dry mixture, right? We don't want clumps of ginger on the left-hand side of the cake and clumps of cinnamon on the other side. All right, so that's our dry ingredients mixed together. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to mix together the wet ingredients. So I have some sugar, we have the oil, we have the molasses, we have the 2 eggs. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my rubber scraper. Now, molasses is a byproduct of the refining process of sugar. So when you look at sugar, and in this case, we're using a white sugar, right? The white sugar has the molasses stripped out of it. But when you see the brown sugar still has a little bit of this in it, and the dark brown has even more. All right, so I'm going to scrape out this yummy goodness. We got a little bowl of goodness going on right here. All right, we've got the molasses in here. I'm going to add the sugar. And I'm going to mix them together for just a second. And then I'm going to add the oil. Okay, so we got those partially mixed. Now I'm going to add the oil. Now when you add the oil, I might have to use my whisk, because once I start to move this around a bit, I have that sneaky suspicion that I'm going to need to get in there with a whisk so I can really get the molasses and the sugar and the oils to combine. I mean, I'm good, but I don't know if I'm that good. All right? Yep, just what I thought. So I'm going to switch up. I'm going to go to the whisk, and I'm going to make sure it's all nice and combined. Because once they're combined, then I want to add in the eggs. Now, I'm doing this by hand today. You could always use your mixer. You could go to your KitchenAid and do it as well. But I'm just going to show you can do it by hand. Not impossible. Okay. So I'm mixing the molasses and the sugar and the oil together, making one nice mixture. And it takes a second because the oil's got to get incorporated into the molasses. And we're almost there. Now, if you guys are doing it, see how it's already starting to take it? Now, if you guys are doing it with the KitchenAid, you guys might be moving faster than me. There we go. So we got this nice little bowl here. It's almost like a molasses paste now, right? Pretty cool. Okay, so now we need to get the eggs in there. Now we're going to do the eggs one at a time, just so we can get them incorporated properly. So that's one. Mix that in. Loosen it up. Until the egg basically disappears. And then we're going to add the second one. Same thing. We're adding the egg. And then we're mixing it up until that egg disappears. We want to break those yolks, get those whites to incorporate. Your little sugar mixture should get a lot looser. Just like that. See how it gets nice and liquidy? Okay, that's looking good. So our next step in the process is you need that boiling water, which you see I have here on my GE profile stove. So I'm going to take a cup of boiling water. 1 cup. If the kids are doing it, careful, careful. Okay, so we've got our 1 cup in there. We're going to add our baking powder. I'm sorry, we're going to add the baking soda. And we basically want that to go in there and dissolve. Okay, while that is dissolving, I'm going to mix my wet and my dry ingredients together. Okay. So we're mixing together that molasses and egg mixture. Has that sugar in there and so forth. All right, going around, make sure to scrape the sides of your bowls. That's a common mistake with baking. Nobody wants to take the couple seconds and scrape the bowl. You gotta scrape the bowl. All right, otherwise you leave some stuff stuck to the side and you don't know what's stuck to the side. Is that your cinnamon? Is that your ginger? I don't know, I didn't scrape it. Okay, so I've got them just about incorporated. Folding them, I'm mixing and kind of folding. So folding is literally going in there from the bottom, getting that stuff that's on the bottom, folding it over on top, and then I'll mix it just a little bit. I don't have to be too aggressive with it. I just need to get it to incorporate, just like this. And then we're gonna add our baking soda water that we got going on here. So this is where I'm at right now. I'm in a good place. I'm just gonna grab a spoon. I wanna make sure that the baking soda is fully dissolved here. So I'm just giving it a stir, because sometimes a little bit will sit at the very bottom, and it just needs a little stir to make sure that it's all mixed up. Okay, now let's add this to our gingerbread. So I'm pouring the water with the baking soda in it into our dough mixture. And I'm just going to mix it up until it becomes incorporated. Now take your time, you don't want to wear it. Too aggressive, you're going to wear it. Now if you're using a mixer, just make sure, keep your speed on like a low. Don't go too fast, but you just want it to incorporate. And you'll know when you can start mixing it a little faster, when it won't start sloshing around on you and all that good stuff. See, like now I can start moving a little faster with my hand. In the beginning I was moving slow because I didn't want to splash myself, right? Now depending on what size dish you're making, I'm making a small guy here. So I'll have enough for 2 of those little guys. If you're using like a 9x13 pan, this should be enough for 1. But I'm gonna make 2. 1 for work and 1 for the kids. All right, I'll show you guys one real quick. So here's my batter, and you can see it's nice and incorporated. I'm not really looking for any lumps in there. It's nice and smooth, just like this. And we're gonna take our spray. We wanna spray the dish. Okay, so I got my dish sprayed, and then I'm just gonna pour my batter in there. And I'm gonna go about halfway, because remember, this is a poke cake. So we wanna leave a little space to be able to pour some of that cream in there. So as it rises a little bit, we wanna make sure to leave some room for the cream that we're gonna poke holes in there and let the cream run all down through the cake. So here is my gingerbread cake. Grandmama, aren't you proud? And we're gonna put this in the oven at 350 degrees. And when we come back, we're gonna start on the apple strip. We'll be right back, everybody.
When you need fast and intense heat, GE's Power Boil element delivers impressive power. Plus, this single element has built-in flexibility to accommodate different pan sizes to ensure just the right heat coverage.
Don't you want to love the rooms you spend the most time in? Whether it be the kitchen, bathroom, or your home office, Bath Kitchen and Tile is here to help with your remodeling needs. We offer a complete, unique array of ever-changing complete room displays. We also feature the best quality products made by top-of-the-line manufacturers you know and love. We are the only remodeling and design company you will ever need. Give us a call at 1-800-673-3179 or stop by one of our showrooms today.
Control your cooktop the way you want with an easy swipe of your finger, thanks to GE's Glide Touch controls. This state-of-the-art technology gives you precise temperature control, so you get the exact heat your cooking requires.
Now you can enjoy the unexpected convenience of Keurig at your refrigerator. The Keurig K-Cup brewing system lets you brew your favorite single-serve beverages from the refrigerator dispenser. Just grab the brewer and open the top. Insert your favorite Keurig K-Cup pod and slide the brewer into the dispenser. Heat the water, then once the water has finished heating, select your size and push the Brew Dispense button for 3 seconds. It's quick and easy, so you can get back to enjoying your day.
I'm celebrity chef Dana Herbert, winner of TLC's Next Great Baker, the Rachel Ray Bake Off, and a host of other competitions. I'm going to show you my tips, my tricks, my secrets of how you can be a pro chef right in your own kitchen. We're going to go from the sweet all the way to the savory, from a simple cupcake to an amazing filet mignon. So take a ride with me as we go to my bakery and into my kitchen, and I'm going to show you how I put the love in the pan on the Chef Dana experience.
Take dry dishes to a whole new level with Twin Turbo Dry Boost. It works by using a 1200 watt heating element to heat water during the final rinse cycle. Then 2 fans and an additional 400 watt heater work together to create a swirl of hot air that heats up dishware and removes water droplets. The result? Glasses, plasticware, and silverware that can skip the towel dry and go straight from the dishwasher to the dinner table. Check in without checking out. Thanks to an in-oven camera that allows you to check the progress of your food remotely. Connect your oven to the Smart HQ app, then monitor your meal in real time, so you can spend less time in the kitchen and more time on what matters.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Chef Dana Cooking Show. So if you're just tuning in, we have put our gingerbread poke cake in the oven. It probably has another 20 minutes or so to go. I'm so excited because it's going to be rich, it's going to be flavorful, and by the time we make that sauce to go on there, you are going to love it. Now, let's move over to our other dessert, which is the apple strip. So for the apple strip, it's really, really simple. It's not a hard dessert at all. Few things that you're going to need. You're going to need some puff pastry, okay? You're going to need 1 egg and some water for the egg wash. You're going to need some apples, probably about 3. You're going to just need a bowl to put them in. And you're going to need a little bit of cinnamon and sugar. And you're going to need some milk. So let's start with the couple of things. Let's start by opening up our puff pastry. Typically with puff pastry, if you're buying it in the store, you're going to get like 2 to a pack. Bunch of companies that make it. I like the one that has a little bit of flour on it. Yay, hallelujah. Okay, so I got the one with a little bit of flour. Some of them have it, some don't, okay? We're gonna wanna open that puff pastry up just like this. Some of them even have this nice little paper in between, almost like a parchment paper so it doesn't stick on you, all right? So we've got our puff pastry right here. You're gonna need a little pan, of course. We gotta bake it, right? Gotta bake the puff pastry. Puff pastry is really just really thin layers of dough with butter in between them. They're like super, super, super thin, so when it bakes, it causes a steam. The steam causes the dough to puff up, i.e. puff pastry. All right, so as you can see, this dough was in a fold. We're gonna cut down one of these folds right here. We're gonna cut one off, which is gonna leave us with this strip. This strip we're going to cut in half because we'll use that for the borders or the edges of our puff pastry strip. Okay, what's going to happen is we'll use a little egg wash. This will go right on the sides just like this, and they will stick together, basically making a frame for your puff pastry. So these two guys here will make a frame for the apples to come right down the middle. It's going to be really pretty when it's done. All right, so I'm going to take those off for a second. Let's move our puff pastry to the pan now so we don't have to deal with that later. Because once you get the apples and everything on there, it becomes a little bit of a pain to move. All right, so we've got that. Next thing, let's do the egg wash, right? So for the egg wash, we've got the water. We've got our egg. We're going to drop that egg into the water, and we're going to mix it up really, really good. Got my little whisk, isn't it cute? All right. So we're going to mix this together. Get those yolks and egg whites mixed in with the water. Doesn't take a ton of eggs. What the eggs do is, in this case, they're going to provide a nice glue to glue this all together. And then at the end, we'll brush it with a little bit of egg wash on the borders, which will give it a little color. All right, so here is my egg wash. And then let's put the other part together, which is we have a little pudding, right? And we got our milk. We're going to mix the pudding and the milk together to create the pudding mixture that's going to go down the center. So I've got my pudding mix right here. We've got the milk, which I'm only using 1 cup. Sometimes they'll tell you to use 2 cups. We want it to be a little bit thicker. So we're only using 1 cup of milk. And we're going to mix it up. Now when you start mixing it, you're going to be like, is it really going to get thickened up? It will. Keep stirring. It's going to be a little loosey-goosey at first. Keep stirring. And as the moisture hits the starches, you'll see it start to thicken up. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more milk. Cool thing about this strip is you can literally change the flavor of your pudding. I mean, you see them out there. They've got pistachio, they've got banana. So depending upon what type of fruit strip you want to make, you can totally change it up. Like we're doing apple today, which goes great with vanilla. But if you wanted to switch it up, you could do a pear with pistachio pudding coming down the middle. That's tasty. I've made them with peaches, apricots, all kinds of stuff. All right, and you can see my pudding here is absorbing the milk pretty quickly, thickening right back up. I'm making sure I'm getting everything off the side, giving it a good stir, and you can see it's just soaking up the milk really good, getting thicker. Now, normally if you were eating a bowl of pudding, you would want it to be a little bit looser, because this would get even tighter in the refrigerator, but we're going to bake it today. Okay, so let me grab a spoon and I'll show you how we put this pastry together. Okay, and I'm going to grab my little brush here. Okay, so that egg wash that we made, we're going to take that and we're going to come right down the sides here on our strip. I'm not looking to go in the middle. Looking to come down the sides, because this is how we're going to glue this together. And then I'm going to take one of these strips, I'm going to line it up, and I'm going to sit it right on top of there. Then I'm going to do the next one. Line that up. Sit that right on top. Okay, and then I'm going to take my knife, you can take a fork if you want to, and we're going to do what's called docking the dough. And so with docking, we're putting all these little small air holes into here. You can use a fork. If the kids are doing it, give them a fork. That way they'll be a little safer. Me, I'm a big guy. I'm doing it with my chef knife. With my chef knife, and we are docking the dough. You know us big guys, we don't go too far without the chef's knife, right? Okay, but that's what we call docking the dough. In docking the dough, we are putting holes in there so that the steam is released. By the steam being released, it doesn't puff up as much. But you notice we didn't do it to the borders. That's because we want the borders to rise to be a framework for the apples that we're going to put on here. Now the next step is we'll take a spoon. See how thick that pudding got already? See that, right? Look at that. That's why I said if you were eating it as regular pudding, you'd put an extra cup of milk in there. But we only put one. Okay. So we're going to take this thick pudding and we're going to come right down the middle. Okay. Just like that. And I'm just going to smooth it right through there. And we're going to put the pudding right down the middle, and then this is what we're going to sit the apple on. Okay. Let's get a little more loving right there. A little more loving. Just like that. Okay. A little pinch. And there we go. So we've got the framework done. We've got the puff pastry put together. We've got the pudding mix. We've come down the middle. And when we come back, I'm going to show you how to put your apples right down the middle of your puff pastry. We'll pop that baby in the oven, and I promise you, you're going to love the end result. We'll be right back on the Chef Dana Cooking Show.
When you need fast and intense heat, GE's Power Boil element delivers impressive power. Plus, this single element has built-in flexibility to accommodate different pan sizes to ensure just the right heat coverage.
Don't you want to love the rooms you spend the most time in? Whether it be the kitchen, bathroom, or your home office, Bath Kitchen and Tile is here to help with your remodeling needs. We offer a complete, unique array of ever-changing complete room displays. We also feature the best quality products made by top-of-the-line manufacturers you know and love. We are the only remodeling and design company you will ever need. Give us a call at 1-800-673-3179 or stop by one of our showrooms today.
Control your cooktop the way you want with an easy swipe of your finger, thanks to GE's Glide Touch controls. This state-of-the-art technology gives you precise temperature control, so you get the exact heat your cooking requires.
Now you can enjoy the unexpected convenience of Keurig at your refrigerator. The Keurig K-Cup brewing system lets you brew your favorite single-serve beverages from the refrigerator dispenser. Just grab the brewer and open the top. Insert your favorite Keurig K-Cup pod and slide the brewer into the dispenser. Heat the water, then once the water has finished heating, select your size and push the Brew Dispense button for 3 seconds. It's quick and easy, so you can get back to enjoying your day.
I'm celebrity chef Dana Herbert, winner of TLC's Next Great Baker, the Rachel Ray Bake Off, and a host of other competitions. I'm going to show you my tips, my tricks, my secrets of how you can be a pro chef right in your own kitchen. We're going to go from the sweet all the way to the savory, from a simple cupcake to an amazing filet mignon. So take a ride with me as we go to my bakery and into my kitchen, and I'm going to show you how I put the love in the pan on the Chef Dana experience.
Take dry dishes to a whole new level with Twin Turbo Dry Boost. It works by using a 1200 watt heating element to heat water during the final rinse cycle. Then 2 fans and an additional 400 watt heater work together to create a swirl of hot air that heats up dishware and removes water droplets. The result? Glasses, plasticware, and silverware that can skip the towel dry and go straight from the dishwasher to the dinner table. Check in without checking out. thanks to an in-oven camera that allows you to check the progress of your food remotely. Connect your oven to the Smart HQ app, then monitor your meal in real time so you can spend less time in the kitchen and more time on what matters.
Welcome back, everybody. So we've got our gingerbread going. I can't wait for that to come out the oven. We have our apple strip partway there. We put the strips of puff pastry on the sides. We've docked it. Remember, that's when you put the holes in there to let the steam out. And then we put our thick pudding down the middle. And now we're going to cut up some apples. I have a Granny Smith, a Golden Delicious, and a Honeycrisp today. Okay, so we're just going to cut the apple. We just really want slices. We don't want any core though, so if you see any core in there, we got to get that out. Okay. This is my Golden Delicious. Now, when I do my apple strip, the reason I use different apples is really because I don't want to get bored of the same flavor. I mean, that's just the honest truth. I want to make sure as I'm eating my apple strips, I get different bites of flavor in every bite. So this is also what I do for my apple pies. So I'm giving you guys some hints and some tips for the holidays. If you're making apple pies, stop doing it with just one apple. Switch it up. Variety is the spice of life, right? Okay. So I'm just going to get rid of this little bit of core that I see right here in this apple. The core never really breaks down very well. It's got the seeds in there, so you don't want to eat that. All right, so now I'm just gonna slice my apples, and I'm slicing them, but I'm not going like super thin, okay? I'm leaving them so they got a little bit of body to them, right? I'm not really looking to make these apples like mush. I wanna make sure that I've got some nice hearty pieces in there. So I'm cutting slices. They're probably, 1/4 inch thick. Okay. And once they're done, I'm going to go in that bowl and I'm going to put some cinnamon and sugar on these guys. Okay. Now you want to make sure when you're cooking apples in a preparation like this, you don't want an apple that's going to get too mushy too fast, which is why you typically will not see a Red Delicious apple used in this fashion. Okay, so the ones that get soft are not the best apples for this apple strip. Now, a Red Delicious might be good for something like a tart tatin, where you want it to get soft on purpose and kind of glue itself to that piece of puff pastry, like right to the dough. But in this case, we don't want it for this one. So here's my apple. We're all sliced up. I'm gonna throw them in the bowl here. Purposely mix them up and mix them up, and we're just going to mix them all up, right? Just like that. The other tip would be if you can buy apples that are similar in size, that would be good too. So I'm just putting my, real simple, just sugar and cinnamon on these. If you want to spice it up a little more, sure, you could go nutmeg, you could go ginger, cardamom, cloves, allspice. You do your thing, but today I'm just going to keep it nice and clean, okay? Nice and clean. So we're going to get in here. We're going to mix it up with these apples. Yay. All right, just like that. Let me see. So what we're going to do next is we're going to put the apples on the puff pastry. So I'm going to put them right here in the middle, coming right down the middle. And again, I don't know what slices per se I have, which is all good, because that means I'm going to get tons of flavor coming through. And you can shingle them a little bit. What I mean by shingle them is they could lean back just a little bit. See how like I had them sitting vertically for a second, and then I just gave them a little push so you get like a little natural shingle that forms. Okay, and then you just give them just a little push and see how it makes like this nice pretty shingle that goes from front to back. So now we're going to go to the oven, anywhere from 350 to 400 degrees, and we'll cook the apple strip, and then we'll start on the cream sauce for the gingerbread cake. So when we come back, get ready for some gingerbread poke cake and some apple lovin' on the Chef Dana Cooking Show.
When you need fast and intense heat, GE's Power Boil element delivers impressive power. Plus, this single element has built-in flexibility to accommodate different pan sizes to ensure just the right heat coverage.
Don't you want to love the rooms you spend the most time in? Whether it be the kitchen, bathroom, or your home office, Bath Kitchen and Tile is here to help with your remodeling needs. We offer a complete, unique array of ever-changing complete room displays. We also feature the best quality products made by top-of-the-line manufacturers you know and love. We are the only remodeling and design company you will ever need. Give us a call at 1-800-673-3179 or stop by one of our showrooms today.
Control your cooktop the way you want with an easy swipe of your finger, thanks to GE's Glide Touch controls. This state-of-the-art technology gives you precise temperature control, so you get the exact heat your cooking requires.
Now you can enjoy the unexpected convenience of Keurig at your refrigerator. The Keurig K-Cup brewing system lets you brew your favorite single-serve beverages from the refrigerator dispenser. Just grab the brewer and open the top. Insert your favorite Keurig K-Cup pod and slide the brewer into the dispenser. Heat the water, then once the water has finished heating, select your size and push the Brew Dispense button for 3 seconds. It's quick and easy, so you can get back to enjoying your day.
I'm celebrity chef Dana Herbert, winner of TLC's Next Great Baker, the Rachel Ray Bake Off, and a host of other competitions. I'm going to show you my tips, my tricks, my secrets of how you can be a pro chef right in your own kitchen. We're going to go from the sweet all the way to the savory, from a simple cupcake to an amazing filet mignon. So take a ride with me as we go to my bakery and into my kitchen, and I'm going to show you how I put the love in the pan on the Chef Dana experience.
Take dry dishes to a whole new level with Twin Turbo Dry Boost. It works by using a 1200 watt heating element to heat water during the final rinse cycle. Then 2 fans and an additional 400 watt heater work together to create a swirl of hot air that heats up dishware and removes water droplets. The result? Glasses, plasticware, and silverware that can skip the towel dry and go straight from the dishwasher to the dinner table. Check in without checking out. Thanks to an in-oven camera that allows you to check the progress of your food remotely. Connect your oven to the Smart HQ app, then monitor your meal in real time so you can spend less time in the kitchen and more time on what matters.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Chef Dana Cooking Show. So let's check on that gingerbread, right? It's been in the oven good 40 minutes or so. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah. Oh man, I can smell the ginger coming off this thing. Look at that. And remember, we left a little bit of space at the top so that we could get a little bit of sauce on there for when we poke it, right? Look at that. All right. So that is our gingerbread cake. Grandma would be proud of that. So for the poke cake, we have to make the sauce that goes with it. All right, so I got a pot here. I've had it heating up. Yeah, it's pretty warm. I'm gonna put my milk in here. Told you, it was warm. So I'm gonna put my, I said milk, but really it's heavy cream in the dish, right? And then I'm gonna get my sugar in here. So I'm pouring my sugar into the pan. And we want that heavy cream and that sugar to combine. So we're gonna basically bring it to a nice simmer. Man, this GE profile stove does not play around. That power boil, it boils. Okay. So it's already, look at how fast that is. It's already getting ready to come to a simmer. And then once it comes to a simmer, I want to put the egg yolks in here. All right, so there we go. We have come to a simmer. And now I need to get my egg yolks in here. So we got our 4 egg yolks. I'm gonna break them up. Okay. And then I'm going to slowly put a little bit of my warm or hot cream into the yolks. This is what you call tempering. We put a little bit in at a time, and the yolks can actually take high heat, but you have to respect them. So you put in a little bit, mix it up, put in a little bit, mix it up. So by the time you get to the end of your hot liquid, as you can see, my yolks haven't scrambled, right? If I just went and I just dumped a yolk into that hot milk, it would scramble. The outside would heat too fast, and I would have all these little egg chunks in my cream, which is no bueno. Okay. So there we go. I took all that simmering hot milk, right? Put it into my egg yolks. And now I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it back into the pan. And we're going to cook it to create like a cream sauce. So I'm going to move back on my stove here, but I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Because like I said, when you put it on that power setting, it's power. It's cooking. All right, and then I want to make sure to move my rubber spatula back and forth, around and around on the bottom, purposely so that we get all the cooked bits there off the bottom. Okay. And this is just going to help your sauce to thicken. We go back and forth, around the edge, back and forth, around the edge. And then if you need to, you just take it off the heat. And then you can always put it back on. But the last thing we want is scrambled eggs. Okay. So here we go. My sauce has already gotten to a real, as we call it, nappe consistency. So you're like, Chef, what is nappe consistency, right? Is nappe like your hair when it gets nappe? Just kidding, right? We would say nappy, but I'm being bougie with it. Nappe? All right, so what I mean by that is like when you have a sauce, see how it's hanging on the rubber spatula? It takes a while for it to move. That's a good indication that we've gotten to that nappe consistency. Or when you have the sauce and you go like that, see how you can see that line for a long time? Nappe consistency. So we know that we have a nice creamy sauce going on. Turn that off. And I'm gonna scoot my, carefully, ooh, it's hot. Toasty, baby. Okay, I'm gonna slide that right here so that I can put on my sauce. But remember, this is a poke cake. So with a poke cake, you gotta put some holes in there. Kind of like how you would do with like a tres leches cake or something like that. You put some holes in there, pour the milk or the mixture on, and just, you gotta let it soak in. So I'm poking a bunch of holes in my cake on purpose. Like you're destroying it. No, I'm not. I'm making it beautiful and delicious. Okay, so we're poking some holes in here. All right, I'm gonna get right here, because you can't forget the edges. Like everybody wants to, ignore the edges. Treat the edges like, you know, they don't matter. Yes, they do. Get over there along those edges so that when the mixture goes in there, the edges get some love too. All right, and then you'll take this mixture here, pour it on there, spread it out, a little more, spread it out. This isn't like one of those pieces of birthday cake where you cut the perfect slice out the thing that looks like, you know what I mean, you're about to take a picture of it on a plate. But this is one of those cakes where you say, get in my belly, right? So you put your cream mixture all over the top and you just let it sit. It's gonna soak up some of this yummy deliciousness, as my wife would say. Some of it's gonna go down into those holes, some of it's gonna sit on top, but when it gets cold, it's going to be phenomenal. Okay. And this is poke cake, gingerbread style for the holidays. And again, you just spread that out there so it gets a nice even amount of love. Nobody's feeling neglected this holiday at all. There we go. So that is our gingerbread poke cake. Isn't that pretty? And then this would just go into the refrigerator. I'd give it about an hour. And then you'll be ready to go. You could eat it. So we got one more thing today, right? We've got our apple strip going on. Let's take a look at how that apple strip is looking, because I have a sneaky suspicion that that apple strip is about done. Okay, let's take a peek. Now remember, on the apple strip, if we did it right, the sides of it are supposed to puff up and create a frame to frame your apple. So you have your apples in the middle, and then these two pretty frames coming down the side. Let's see what happens. Oh, I think we did it. I think we did it. Look at that. There we go. Remember I was telling you, apples down the middle. We got our frame coming along the side. So this is our apple puff pastry, or our apple strip. Wow, that looks really good. Really, really good. Okay, so these are our two holiday desserts, everybody. We got the apple strip and we got the ginger poke cake. I'm Chef Dana, and thank you all for tuning in to the Chef Dana Cooking Show. Happy holidays, everybody.